What's going on, you guys? Thank you guys for stopping by. Today we're gonna do something that I've never ever done before. We're gonna make ribs. I know what you're thinking. You make ribs all the time. I've never made them in the oven, and that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna take some ribs. Now, I would smoke these outside. However, we've got a big old storm coming in. I don't know when it's gonna hit. I don't want to fire up the pit, have the storm hit, and have to move it inside. So I thought, what else can I do? And the little hamsters start to get to turning. And I thought, let's do some ribs inside. You know, some of you guys may not have a barbecue pit to smoke ribs, but you want to know how to do them inside. And I'm gonna be quite honest with you. This isn't gonna be a video where it's like a how-to. I'm gonna show you how to do something because I've never done it. So we're gonna kind of learn together, and hopefully it's a success. I think it will be, and it's not that hard. However, I'm really interested in seeing the difference in the taste flavor. I'm gonna cook these like I would if they were outside. Again, except we're doing them inside. And those of you who don't have a pit, maybe you'll find this useful. Maybe this is something that you're looking for, and this is a way that you can cook ribs. So it's really simple. What I've got going right now, I've got my oven preheated at 325 degrees. I got a rack of baby back ribs, and if you use spare ribs, exact same process. You know, the only difference is going to be the cook time. Baby backs are going to cook a lot faster. So we're going to get these seasoned up, and you know, if you follow me, you know the one rub I love the most is it's incredible. However, Heaven Made Products, Michael Petrie, he's not a one-trick pony. The guy's got a lot of amazing rubs, and one of them that I have is this amazing Flamin' Cajun. So it's got some heat. I haven't used this one yet. I'm flying solo tonight, so this is going to be a great opportunity for me to add some heat to my meat, add some heat to the ribs. I know you guys are dirty. I've seen the comments. And I also found this this sweet jalapeno barbecue sauce. Now, if you know anything about Texas barbecue, Louis Miller, icon. And this is one of their sauces. So you know, I'm guessing we're gonna get a little bit of heat from the sweet jalapeno. We're definitely gonna get some heat from that rub. So hopefully that'll make up for the taste or the lack of smoke. Hopefully these things will still be packed with flavor. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's get started. So here's a rack of baby backs, right at about 3 pounds. No binder. I did remove the membrane, and I did season the bottom side already. And I just simply use the same rub. So we're gonna let this sweat in for just a little bit while the oven is warming up. And I'm gonna cook them in the full rack just like this. I'm not gonna add anything to it just yet. We're gonna wrap it up in the foil and throw it in the oven. It's gonna be really simple. Pat that in. Pat it, don't rub it. Why? Why not? Why not rub it? It's called rub. Yeah, well, when you're rubbing it, you're moving that rub all around, and you end up with spots that have more rub than other spots, and I'm just not a fan of rubbing. You'll never see me rub a piece of meat. I just don't do it. Don't want to affect the rub, don't want to affect the look. So that's it. We're going to let this sit for a bit, and probably about a good 20-30 minutes, and then we'll wrap them up and get them in the oven. All right, we're going to get these wrapped up, and again, I'm not adding anything to the foil, just the ribs for now. Pretty simple so far. And then I'm going to take this packet here, place it in the oven. Again, my oven's at 325 degrees, and we're going to let it go for about 2 hours. And at that point, I'll pick back up. We'll take a look at them and go from there. All All right, you guys, I just wanted to come to you really quickly to let you know that the ribs have been going for an hour now, and what I had to do is I had to pull the ribs out and I had to add another layer of foil. I had to double wrap. So when I first put them in the oven, I did not double wrap. I did one layer of heavy duty foil and put them in there thinking that that would be okay. An hour into the cook, I kind of heard a pop and I could start smelling something burning. Well, the foil tore and some of the juice started leaking in the oven and burning. So what I had to do an hour into the cook was pull the ribs out, double wrap them, and put them back in. Now I know when I wrap outside, and I should have did this from the beginning. When I wrap outside, I always double foil, always. Put them in the oven today. I didn't double foil. I only wrapped them up one time, but now I know for future cooks, if I do them inside, to double foil. So if you're going to cook your ribs inside in the oven, from the very beginning, I'm going to suggest to double wrap them in foil, so that way you don't have the issues, you don't run into the issues that I ran into. And so they've been going for about an hour. I'm gonna let them go for about another 45 minutes. I have the temperature a little bit higher than normal. It's 325. Most of the videos I saw said 300. So I'm gonna check them in about 45 minutes, see what they look like. But if you're doing this at home, double wrap. Anyway, I just wanted to come to you guys and mention that, because that's definitely something that I learned in this process. So I just wanted to share that with, or make mention of that to you guys. All right, so these ribs have been going for a little under 2 hours. We're gonna take a look, see what they look like. They may have to go back in and continue cooking, we'll see. Well, we've got some pretty good pullback here. Oh yeah, we got some, you can make that out. Let's get this opened up. So we've got some pretty good pullback here on this bone. I'm gonna say, just by lifting this rack, turn it around a little bit. Yeah, they're bending pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and sauce these now. And actually what I'm gonna do is, we're gonna sauce this backside first. Just take some of that barbecue sauce. One thing I noticed about this barbecue sauce, it's a sweet jalapeno sauce. There's definitely these pretty good sized chunks of jalapeno on it. So we're just gonna sauce this bottom side. I am gonna hit it with a little more rub. Make sure we get some sauce on the side here. Let me grab that rub real quick. Hit it with a little more of that amazing flaming Cajun rub. The heat from this rub is coming from the cayenne powder in it. So that's that. A nice little coating. And what I'm going to do now is, I'm actually going to transfer this. Let me get this set up really quickly. 1 second. So I'm actually going to transfer this to a cookie sheet here that I've lined with foil. And what I've done is I put a rack on top of it. The reason I'm putting that rack is because I'm going to put these back in the oven just like this. And I want that heat to get under the ribs, so if I can put them on the rack and lift them up, then that heat can get under the ribs and caramelize that sauce on the bottom side. So on the top side, we're gonna do the same thing. Just take this take the sauce and right down the middle. Sauce it up. These ribs are pretty tender, so it's not gonna take much longer. So get that sauce spread out. And then we're gonna take this sauce, we're gonna take this rub and apply another coating. Just a light coating all the way around. And at this point, I'm setting my oven to the broil setting. We're gonna turn it up because we want this sauce to caramelize and set. So that's that. We put the sauce on the bottom, hit it with a light coating of the rub, put some sauce on top, hit it with another coating on the rub. We put it on this rack to kind of lift it off the bottom so that way heat can get underneath it and caramelize that sauce on the bottom. Hopefully the sauce on the top will get caramelized. So we're gonna put this back in. Let me get my hands washed real quick. Let me get one of my gloves off. So we're gonna take this sauce, we're gonna take these ribs and put them back in the oven for about 15-20 minutes and let that sauce set, and then we'll pick back up once I'm done. All right, these ribs are done. We're gonna cut into them, see what they look like. Uh-oh, get that bone out of there. So one thing I forgot to mention is when I pulled them out of the oven, I did apply a really light coating of that barbecue rub again on the ribs. So and then I let them sit for a little bit. The residual heat from the ribs, I was hoping would be enough to set the sauce. So we're just gonna kind of, actually, they're still hot. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that, but man, this steam. Let's actually flip this over. Man, it's hot. Get these bad boys cut up. They're cutting really well, so they feel really tender. Let's put that aside for now. Let's just flip a few of these over. All right, so what I've done is I pulled one of these ribs out. This is what it's looking like. It's got some nice color. Of course, there is no smoke ring because we did them in the oven. But let's see if we can make this out. I mean, there's still plenty of moisture in these ribs. See that? Plenty of moisture. So, not too shabby. We're going to give this a taste and see what it tastes like compared to a rib that we would smoke. All right, so since we're flying solo, we're going to do selfie cam mode on this rib tasting. So this is what the rib looks like. It actually has some good color. I'm really surprised. So that's what it looks like. You definitely saw the moisture, so it has plenty of moisture. Let's see what the flavor tastes like. Look at that. See that steam coming off? They're still hot. You know, I mean, it's definitely missing that smoke flavor. However, I will tell you, this is a good rib. You know, if you're having to cook them in the oven, you can definitely make a great tasting rib in the oven. And I mean, you don't have to use the rubs that I use. You can use whatever rubs you like. But I think this method for cooking them in the oven worked great. The rib is tender. You know, as you can see, there's a nice clean bite. You saw how juicy it was. This rib definitely has some heat from the rub and from that sauce. But I got to be honest with you guys. For a rib being cooked in the oven inside, this is a really good rib. It really, really is. I definitely prefer them outside with some smoke, but if you don't have that luxury, you can make a great rib inside in the oven. It really is good. So anyway, that was the first time ever cooking ribs inside in the oven. Very, very simple. And I'm surprised I've never done it before. But if you're someone who doesn't have a smoker, doesn't have a pit, and you want to cook some ribs, I hope you find this method helpful. So, thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Take care.